In addition to air interface, we also have wired network interfaces. What security technologies are introduced for wired network interfaces? First, IPsec can be used for data encryption if data is transmitted between NEs through an untrusted zone. In fact, this situation is not likely to occur in China because operators in China use their own transport networks. Transport networks in China are also trusted zones. Therefore, encryption is not required. However, some operators outside China may rent other operators' transport networks. In this case, user information may be exposed to others. Rented transport networks are untrusted zones. When information is transmitted in an untrusted zone, IPsec can be used for two-way authentication, data encryption, and integrity protection, which significantly enhances information security. IPsec can be introduced for data transmission between NEs because the transmission passes through the untrusted zones. This is the first security technology introduced of wired network interfaces. What is the second security technology? Security threats may exist between function modules in the 5G core network. We have mentioned it before. The HTTPS protocol can be used for data protection. TLS is added to HTTPS. That is, data protection is performed at the transport layer. Two-way authentication, encryption, and integrity protection are also implemented so that functional modules can communicate with each other reliably and securely. The HTTP protocol can be used between the internal functional modules of 5G core network for data protection. Another aspect of mobile networks is that information leakage may occur when a user is roaming. According to the research of the Black Hat Conference in Europe, the Diameter or SS7 protocol can be used to attack operators' networks and still uses sensitive information. According to the statistics of the renowned multinational carrier Orange in 2016, a larger number of illegal SS7 requests come from Africa and the Middle East. SS7 refers to Signaling System 7. SS7 is actually the technology many years ago. It is applied in the CS domain of 2G and 3G core networks. The protocol design of SS7 does not consider too many security factors. Therefore, there are security vulnerabilities when using SS7. The main risk is that it does not filter out illegitimate message. That is the first risk. The second risk is that end-to-end signaling messages are in plain text without protection. The third risk is that it is impossible to identify untrusted networks or service partners. A large number of SS7 requests come from Africa and the Middle East. Where do they actually come from? They may come from illegal places. The SS7 protocol itself cannot identify whether the visitor is legal or not. This is a security threat that may exist when a user is roaming to the 2G, 3G, or 4G network. How do we fix this security vulnerability? The SEPP proxy can be used between interfaces when a user is roaming between 5G core networks. The SEPP agent can filter out illegitimate messages. It can also hide the network topology so that the internal structure cannot be identified by the external system. Then, TLS encryption can be enabled on the transmission interface for authentication, encryption, and integrity protection to ensure that information on the transmission channel is not stolen. This is 5G roaming security hardening between 5G core networks. In addition, a security gateway can be used between the 5G core network and the 2G, 3G, or 4G core network. By using a security gateway, the intermediate information can be encrypted, authenticated, and integrity protected. In this way, the security of user data is significantly enhanced during roaming. Well, we have learned the three sections in this chapter. One is the possible security threats to the 5G network. They can be located inside or outside the 5G network. To cope with these threats, we have introduced some security technologies on the 5G air interfaces and the wider network interfaces. These are the content of this chapter. Well, that's all of this course. Thank you.